Hey, we're live. Hey, everybody, how's it going? We had a little bit of rain shower here while we were trying to get ready. Hey, Clever Coin, how's it going? Can you hear us okay? Thanks for stopping by, Clever Coin. I appreciate you stopping in. Hey, single man, how's it going? Yeah, well, we decided to go live tonight because today we hit our 100 subscribers, so we're kind of excited about that, and we figured we would just go ahead and take this next step. I hope everybody's liking the content we're putting out so far. It's some stuff that I wish I had known about when I was starting a lot of my projects, and we just want to help people out. Thank you. We're just going to kind of sitting here waiting for a couple of our buddies to pop in, if they're going to pop in or not. It was really nice when I set this up. I had, about 30 minutes ago, and then a dark cloud just came over and dropped the bottom out of it. It just started raining. So I ran for the shed, and it just wasn't going to pick up out there. Get a haircut. I don't have any hair. All my kids caused me to lose my hair. That's one of the reasons in most all my videos you'll see me with a hat on, especially if the sun's shining real good, because I don't want to blind my camera lens or anything like that. Usually if the sun's shining and we're outside, she has to wear sunglasses. So what's everybody been up to and working on lately? Nice. I've been to Arizona before, but I was on the southern border of Arizona. I was down there working on anti-vehicular fences on the border. A couple of projects that was going on when I was working with the National Guard. That was probably 10, 11 years ago. Did some work on the Tohono O'odham reservation, and then there was a national grasslands just south of Tucson that we were working on there also. But California is one of the few states that I have not been to, and I've not missed out on anything. I can guarantee that. Hey, growing grass, how's it going? Nice to see you here. Are y'all getting ready for the storms headed y'all's way, or is it going to miss y'all? Hey, Kevin, that's my line. See what Kevin said? He said, "Hello, ladies." He must be talking to you. You want to say hi to Kevin?
Hi.
So, for the new people jumping in on the live stream now, uh, the reason we're doing the live stream is to celebrate our 100th sub today. And our 100th sub was kind of exciting for us. I didn't think that we would make it in 4 months' time. I think that we did pretty good growing 100 subs in 4 months. Good. I'm glad it's going to miss y'all. I know sometimes just the Louisiana just gets hammered by a lot of the storms that come through there. But yeah, our 100th sub was Prepstetter Bob. My little brother driving down the driveway to his house. Kevin, you been working on anything interesting? Hey, Dave. Hey, Miss D. How are y'all doing this evening? My slice of heaven. How's it going? Terry Trotto. Hi. How you doing? If I butcher anybody's names, I apologize in advance. Thank you, growing grass. Shut up. He's not going to listen. Thank you. I'm glad I said it right. Y'all think Kevin's two roosters are bad when he's doing his live streams and his videos? Yeah, I've got 4 of them surrounding me right now. And if the guineas start going, then we're going to hear some racket. Hey, we got 7 people in here. That's pretty good. And I appreciate it, single man. I appreciate all the support that I can get. Apparently, I must be doing something somebody likes because I keep getting subs. I never thought I would get 10 subscribers when I first started doing this, but can only go up, right? Hi, sweet Iris. How's it going? How many videos do I have out? I believe I have right at 25 videos. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe it's 25. Yeah, I bet pumping water out of it by hand is going to be a chore. Yes, our plants are still making okra, but they are only like 2.5 foot tall, and I'm not even joking. I do not know what it. Y'all be safe, two seaters, with the storm. But our okra plants are not. They're only 2.5 foot tall. The heat has just. I don't know what it was this year. Our garden didn't do anything. We had some 10, 11 foot tall sunflowers, but we did have a sunflower head that's like 20.5 inches. It's pushing like 21 inches. So that was about the biggest achievement we managed this year. But our okra is still producing. Our jalapenos are still producing, and my ghost peppers are still getting ripe. My Tabascos haven't even flowered. So, oh, well, I do that. Take that back. The potatoes that I burnt really well, we harvested them, and we got quite a few potatoes from them. I planted Clemson spineless. It's pretty much the go-to okra. I hope you enjoy your new job, sweet Iris. I hope it doesn't work you too hard. I know. That's what I've heard from a lot of people. Is that a lot of people's okras is just so slow this year for some reason, and I'm used to by now. I'm used to plants that are 6, 7 foot tall. Um, it's just I don't know. They didn't like the weather this year or something. Hi, Nonna Grace. How you doing? So, a fluke of nature, I guess. The okra just didn't want to take off this year. Uh, I was hoping it would. Mine would take off real nice and get tall like I'm used to. Because when you get an okra plant that's about 10 foot tall and you have to bend it over to harvest stuff, you kind of get proud a little bit. Well, when you fry it, there's no slime to it. When you pickle it, there's really no slime to it. And you can cook the slime out of it. Like if you make tomatoes, onions, and okra, you'll cook the slime right out of it then too. Now, sweet potatoes is something I don't like, so I don't even mess with them. I don't mess with sweet potatoes. I don't know why. I just have never liked them. I don't think you even like them, do you?
Nope.
I don't find them too sweet. I know we're not really talkative a lot on here. And like I said, it's uh, our first live stream. We're just trying to get the hang of things and kind of figure it all out. And yes, Kevin, we did wait until they had all died off, and then we just pulled the boxes off, and then saved the dirt in one of our bins, and then pulled all the potatoes out. Yams, I'm not a fan of yams either. Sweet potatoes, yams, none of it. I like regular potatoes.
Regular potatoes.
If you can't tell by looking at me, I like a lot of fried foods.
Yeah, especially fried potatoes.
Fried potatoes is one of my favorites. Fried okras is probably my favorite. And fried squash, and fried zucchini, and fried eggplant. My greenhouses actually did really well. The chickens have kind of got them tore up, so I'm going to have to tape up some spots on them and things of that nature. But for the price I got them and the amount of work that we got out of those things, they are excellent. They have paid for themselves.
They did good.
Many times over. I got them really cheap. I found them on sale at Tractor Supply, and then put them together one night and had plants in it the next day. And after that, everything just started taking off. I started them inside. I had like a couple of short fluorescent grow lights, and we'll get them to start off in there, and then we would put them in the greenhouse and harden them off in there and stuff like that. Yeah, we waited quite a while for them to after they died off, but once I baked my potatoes when I was weeding around them with the torch, they even grew back then. And then at the end of it, we had a very hot spell around here, where for about 2 weeks it was over 100, and then those just wiped them out, and there was nothing but dirt on top of the bed. Winds, we don't get too bad of winds, but if you can see here, I have them on my porch, and I have them zip tied, oh, not zip tied, but ratchet strapped to the porch railings. And once I did that, the chickens couldn't knock them over, the wind couldn't knock them over. It wasn't nothing to it then. I just popped the ratchet strap off and opened it up. After I put that on there, it was perfect. And I was thinking about doing some modification to them. I was going to take a pallet I have and mount them to the pallet by drilling a hole through the leg brackets and putting a screw with some washers on it to hold them down. And then I was going to glue the rest of it up because it is still kind of flimsy, even with it, because the poles only go into it about a half inch, maybe a little more. So that's not ideal, but I was going to anchor it down to a pallet and then glue all the pieces together. And if the outside of it, like they are now, tear up, I was just going to recover it in plastic, with just regular greenhouse plastic. Hey, Camp, how you doing this evening? Shut up. I'm glad you've got some nice cool weather there, Old Camp. Here it's still a little toasty. These greenhouses are like 2.5 foot wide by like 1.5 foot deep. They're not extremely big. They're just like a single tower rack. But you can set like two of the like potting trays. You can set them in there. So Big Red is silent now, huh? One of them's always a comedian. Now they got the guineas in the background talking. They'll shut up eventually, I swear. Yeah, that's Smokey. That's one of our kittens that was born this year. Yeah, that's her kitten. I think I follow her around everywhere she goes. Looking for a solution to your fig tree weather. Extending your fig tree weather. 15 cats. We have 1, 2, 3, 8. 8 cats and 5 dogs. And 9 pigs. 50 quail. I don't know how many chickens. I got tired of counting them. 10 ducks. I know, that's what I thought every time I see your kitten. But this kitten has a name. It's Smokey. That's about the only thing you can do to a rooster like that, growing grass. Well, I mean, Kevin has been depleting some of the lives of his rooster as well every time he tries to get too big. Now, I've never had any Great Pyrenees, but I know they're good dogs. I've seen yours in your videos. They're actually really nice looking dogs. And single man, I was thinking on some of my raised beds, I'm actually going to do like I got the idea from Kevin's greenhouse on the bent PVC. I was going to hinge up one side of them and get some greenhouse plastic and do me a low tunnel on them with a hinge so I can just lift them up. We would have liked to have gotten Pyrenees before, but people just want so much for them. I had a rooster one time that kicked me so hard twice it busted through my rubber boots. It dug into around my ankle pretty good ways too. He didn't make it much longer after that.
I never liked him.
No, his spurs were only about that long too. Yeah, I understand that they take good breeding and good training. It's not that I say they want a lot for them, but they do want a lot. What it means is I'm too broke to afford them. It's not that they're being unreasonable. It's just I didn't want to spend the money on them. But has anybody been working on any cool projects or anything like that I can steal some ideas from? I do know tomorrow is going to be a pain for me because jumping back into construction after like a 3-year hiatus from putting in satellite dishes for a company, uh, I get the pleasure of hanging sheetrock. Yeah, we're still just finishing up collecting some vegetables, and we still have some tomatoes going, jalapenos going. But other than that, it's just mostly going over there and taking care of the ducks in the garden and moving them and say obliterate a spot of the ground for me.
And also the ghost peppers.
And then, of course, I keep checking on the ghost peppers. Yeah, those doors are nice and heavy. They'll be great for some cold frames. Do you when you render your wax? Do you have do you use solar for it? Do you have a solar melter for that, or do you render it on a crock pot or stove or something like that? Crock pot. I had a cooler on the porch that I just put a pane of glass over, and I'd put just a pot in it, and I would stick my used cappings and stuff like that, and let it separate that way, and just cut the bottom off of it. I know it's not the most efficient way to do it, but I was still able to get it a lot more clean wax than I was from all the dirty bead junk. We're about pushing the 30-minute mark. Are there any questions y'all might have for me that I might be able to try to answer for you? If not, I think we're going to wind it down. I do just a little at a time, can be time consuming. Yeah, I can understand that. I'm going to have to find some bees this spring somewhere. I'm going to set up 2 more hives, try to keep them from absconding. My middle name's actually Nathan. That's a lot of sheetrock. I had an install this morning about 2.5 hours away, and about an hour on my way back, my dad was already calling me, asking me where I was at, because he wanted me to help move sheetrock back into this building. I don't tell my first name. I don't like it. You're not getting it. Ain't happening. Our first name's Temperance. It's adorable, just like she is.
That's so off thing.
Yeah, it's off quite a few things. She won't tell you. She barely even talks.
I know it, but I won't say.
Roosters on the roof.
One on the porch, one on the roof,
One on his pole.
one on the pool. Graybeard's up there. And 2 on that. So we got at least about 6 around us.
Yeah. Kevin's trying to bribe you with candy. He says hint for a candy bar.
I'll give you a hint. but nothing else.
I got a trader over here.
Let's see.
It's not that bad, actually. It's just I've always gone by my middle name because my dad's name and my first name are the same. She spells her name just like that. But thanks, growing grass. It's not really a new job. It's pretty much been my lifelong job because I'm going back to work with my dad, and he's been dragging me around doing this stuff since I was 8. Again, thanks, growing grass. I appreciate it. I think my kids. Well, no. My wife has pretty much always called me by Nathan or something like that. They've always known that, and of course, all my parents around. Shut up, ugly. They've always called me by my name and stuff like that. So my kids are pretty quick on picking it up.
Callie.
Go away. I think just about every one of these birds you hear have been hatched out here. Nana Grace says hello.
Hi.
I'm just here to do all the work. She's just here to be the star. I'm 37, Kevin. I'm just this rough looking because I've got a lot of miles. And she's just that rough looking because she looks like me. Just wait till her beard grows in. She'll look just like me. Always something. I'm not scaring her. She was born scared. Actually, she's not afraid of nothing. The closest brother to her is 6 years older than she is, and she don't cut him no slack. Nana Grace asked if you go to public school or if you're homeschooled.
Homeschooled.
She said very good. She is a whiz at math. She might have a little bit of trouble with reading and stuff, but that's mostly our fault. But math, science, any of that stuff, she's got it. She's way more advanced on that than she is reading. On reading, she's almost at her level where she should be. But she works hard and she gets it done. We can't ask much more than that. And she's super smart, scary smart. She's just quiet. Until you get to know her, then you can't shut her up. Thanks, sweet Iris. I'm glad you stopped by. Hope to see you soon. There went one. There'll be another one shortly. These guineas are hilarious. All these big old roosters around here are scared of them. They won't even go anywhere near them. When the guineas come somewhere, the roosters are gone. And if they don't move fast enough, the guineas are after them. Apparently, it wasn't an option for me either, no matter how much I begged. Public school did not challenge me, and I was bored the whole time. And all that did was I caused trouble. I was bored, so I caused trouble. And she's so much like I am, it's just, I didn't want to put her through all that. There's no sense in her going and knowing the stuff already before she even encounters it in school. I mean, that's seriously how it happened for me. When a teacher was teaching a subject, I already knew the subject. And it was just awful just to sit there and listen to stuff you already knew. And when I'm talking trouble, I mean I'm talking trouble. The first 6 weeks of senior year of my high school, I showed up 3 days. And no, they don't. They don't know what to do with students anymore. One of my cousins is a teacher, and I think she has a pretty good idea on how to handle people. But it's not just the teachers anymore. They have the principals, the superintendents, and everything like that. And it's just a system that is trying to get everybody on a routine. They're not really. I'm not saying they're not teaching somebody or somebody's not learning, but they're not teaching somebody to think. They're not. They're teaching them facts, but they're not teaching them how to look for those facts. They're not teaching them to think for themselves. They're just teaching them this is how it is, and that's you lose. There will not be any Einsteins, or if you don't teach people to think. So that's one of my problems with public schools. It's just they're trying to make cookie cutter people, everybody the same, and it's I don't know. I just don't like that. It's not my cup of tea, so to speak. Because this is my cup of tea. She could do it. She likes building things too. She likes getting drug around to construction sites. She likes digging in the dirt. She likes picking up sticks and making whatever she can out of it. She could actually probably be a pretty good veterinarian too if she put her mind to it. And I'm not getting into the whole thing that public schools are dumbing kids down or anything like that. It's not that you can. It's not that you can dumb them down. You're not elevating them into intelligence. And I'm not saying that any of the kids are dumb. They just don't know what to do with it. And since they don't know what to do with it, they're just going to do whatever and cause all kind of trouble. She made this last night. I was watching Two Family Homestead with Southern Mama's coffee break while she was sitting across the table with a stick, her pocket knife, some beads, and a fake flower. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, she teaches herself most of the time. Uh, we do have some online programs that we do have her go through, but it's just to keep up with her core, what she needs to do. But other than that, she's free to explore what she wants to learn and how she wants to learn it. But once she gets reading down to where she can read really exceptionally well, it's all over. And all she's going to do is just research stuff and learn stuff. Because I'll find myself doing that for hours at a time on a day of the day, just looking up stuff just to learn more about something. Um, and it could be anything from a type of mushroom to a historical figure from, say, anywhere in the world to mountain goats or mountain sheep. It don't matter. If something gets to where I think I'm lacking in something, I will research the crap out of it. And I will read on it until I'm satisfied that I know what I need to know about it. And that's why I do appreciate the internet, because that's really mostly what I do. But yeah, as in the letting her guide me, oh, there ain't nothing to that. She's the boss. But we're pushing the 45-minute mark, folks. I appreciate all of y'all coming in. We're starting to dwindle down some. Appreciate it. I hope y'all have a great night, and God bless all of you. You want to say anything?
Hope you was right.